Okay, Jimmy?
Yes?
I have a list for you to do.
Yes?
Cut the grass.
Okay.
Weed eat.
Okay.
Let's see, vacuum.
Okay.
Wash the dishes.
Okay.
Wash the clothes.
Okay.
Take care of the kitty stuff.
Yeah.
Dust.
Yeah.
And, I need you to do it all by, 8 o'clock tonight.
What?
Well, if you don't get it done, you'll be a total failure.
What?
It's the list right here. You want to look at it?
You know where you can put this list. Welcome back to Living La Vida Low Carb on YouTube. We're up to episode 67. My name is Jimmy Slave Driver Moore.
I'm Christine Moore, and by the way, I don't do that to him.
Yes, she does. Don't let her fool you. Today we're going to talk about expectations. And yeah, a lot of people, they do have high expectations. And that opening example of her having all those chores for me to do and to have it done by today, you know, it's kind of I guess an extreme version of what happens when people start on a weight loss program like a low-carb diet. You know, a lot of times people, and it's so funny, Christine, because they will write to me, people will say, all right, if I start low-carb, I want to lose this amount of weight by this amount of time. And I'm like, why do you do that to yourself? Why do you put such an expectation level that you have to lose blank by blank date?
You're setting yourself up for failure.
Well, you could be. I think a lot of people have unreasonable expectations. There's nothing wrong with goal setting. I think goal setting is a wonderful thing.
Well, definitely.
But when you do it and you beat yourself up when you don't necessarily attain the goal that you expect to attain, that's what the problem is. And the other thing that comes up a lot in my email box from people is, well, I've been on the Atkins diet for 2 weeks now and I've only lost 12 pounds. I expected to have lost 25 pounds by now. What's wrong with me?
There's nothing wrong with you.
I mean, those frustrate me because I want to just say, hello? How much have you lost? Hello?
You haven't gained.
Yeah, and yeah, a lot of people, they lose perspective. Their expectation level makes them lose perspective about what the real important things are. And the important thing is you're eating right, you're eating healthy when you start living La Vida Low Carb, and you don't have to worry about, well, I need to lose this amount of weight or I'm a failure. Because a lot of people, they do. They feel like, all right, if I don't meet my expectation level, I am a failure. And they will pretty much label themselves as such. And when you start doing that, it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. You feel like a failure, you stop working at it, you start eating more carbs again, and you fail. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's just, it's what happens. So how do you keep the expectation levels from being so lofty? Well, number one, a lot of people become slaves to the scale. I get this a lot too. People will be like, well, I weigh myself every single day and I get so frustrated when I see that I'm up a half a pound. And I'm like, well, don't weigh yourself every day if it frustrates you like that.
I was going to say, for some people, it's okay to do that because they they like to do that.
Yeah, you know, when I was losing my weight back in 2004, I weighed not just once a day.
You would do 5 times a day.
5, 6, 7. I just liked watching the scale. It was always fun for me. And if I was up a few pounds, then that was like, okay, I've got to get back on this. I have to really, you know, be vigilant. If I was down a few pounds, it would encourage me enough to keep it going. I'm probably the exception to the rule of most people, because most people probably don't react well to the scale. Either in they gain weight and that frustrates and disappoints them. If they lose weight, they might say, well, I didn't lose enough.
Exactly.
So some people can never be satisfied. They're just the opposite of me, that no matter what the scale says, they're going to be pessimistic about it, and it's just going to discourage them. So the take-home message we want you to get in this video is, stop putting such high expectation levels on yourself. And remember this, a lot of people, when they start low-carb diets, they think that it's all about the weight loss. And that's probably not a bad thing to think about, but I want you to think about something else instead. When you're eating low-carb, remember, you're eating healthy. Christine, her whole purpose in eating low-carb is for her health. We've done a video about that where she had high triglycerides that were approaching 300. She started eating low carb, and 6 weeks later, that 300 almost triglycerides dropped to 130. I mean, it happens. It's a wonderful effect of living La Vida low carb. And the thing is, weight loss isn't the primary reason you should go low carb. Weight loss is simply a side effect when you're eating a healthy low carb diet. Mm-hmm. And so stop putting those unnecessary expectation levels on yourself, and you'll find just tremendous weight lifted off your shoulders. And, you know, it can get frustrating. I understand. I've been there. We've all been there. It's one of those things that you're just like, okay, I'm doing everything right. Why aren't I losing what I thought I would be losing? And you just have to roll with the punches, because I did. I had a weight loss stall, which we've also done a video about. It was 10 weeks in a row when I was losing my 180 pounds in 2004. 10 weeks in a row, did not lose a single pound.
But you kept doing what you knew was what was right.
Well, the thing is, my expectation level was exceeded by that point. I had already lost 100 pounds. I didn't care if I didn't lose another pound the rest of my life. The fact is, it had worked for me. And I think people have short memories too, Christine. They tend to forget the victories that they've had. They tend to forget, you know, okay, maybe the weight's not turned around, but I feel better. I'm more energetic. I don't have the cravings for the sugar that I used to have. My blood pressure's down. My lipid panel looks good. My cholesterol and everything is great. Those are all measurable signs of success. So while your expectation level for the scale may not be cooperating with you, you always have to remember that there are other ways to measure your success besides that stupid scale sometimes. So, you got anything to add?
Nope.
You sure do look pretty.
Oh, you look handsome.
Ain't she my pretty?
My Pookie. You're my Pookie.
What does a Pookie sound like?
No, a Pookie I think would squeak or... Yeah.
Squeeze me.
He's my Pookie.
Squeeze me. Squeeze me.
Squeeze you?
Yeah. Squeeze me again. One more time. Well, that's all the time we have for Living La Vida Low Carb on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. We enjoy making videos for you, and we thank you for watching all the time.
Yippers.
Yippers. Mm-hmm. Yippity yippers. Mm-hmm.